Death is a part of life, and society needs a healthier view. We feel that laughter makes this subject easier to handle. Keep watching to find out what we would say to our friend when they lose a loved one.
People die. No point sugarcoating it. But don't say that. But it's a good question because, this happens and it's something we need to deal with. So it really depends, but, your friend Jessica's husband passes away. And the most common occurrence is Jessica comes to you and it's like sad. Oh, this terrible thing and I miss him already and also much. So they're being like pretty down here on the vibe. Right or wrong, that's how they feel. It's a valid way to feel. What you want to do is slowly bring them up. Like, you can't just be like, hey, you should celebrate, be happy. Like, don't be like, you. Like, it's not going to happen. But you can slowly, gently get them higher and higher. So they're like, oh, I'm super sad, I miss him or whatever. And you can say I do too, but I feel like he's kind of with me in spirit. And it's hard for her to argue with that or feel like you're being too mean or whatever, going too happy. She'll just be like, yeah, I guess so. And this tiny statement, it agrees with her and then kind of adds the but. But this slightly happy thing on topic, right? Feel like he's still here in spirit. And then she'll be like, what am I going to do for a job or money or the kids? And you'll be like, yeah, that's intense. But I feel like you've been through so much in life. You're a really smart person. You've come through so many other hardships. I believe in you. And it's hard for her to say anything. Yeah, but, and then she'll try again, something else negative, because that's her whole thing is she wants to be dramatic and in grief and guilt and shame and depression and sadness. She wants to indulge in this because that's what you do when someone dies, right? And so your task as a supportive friend is to gently validate her melodrama or feelings or whatever she's going through and gently nudge forward. So when I deal with it, I just make a series of statements like this. Yes, I agree with your saying. And as well, this other slightly more positive thing. And I never try to go big. You should be celebrated. They would want you to live life and be happy. You can get there, but I would not start the convo up there. And so if you're sensitive to the vibe, if you're reading the mood, reading the room, you can gently bring them higher and higher. And they'll leave feeling and maybe they only get here and they're like, well, whatever, I gotta go, but I guess you're right, or whatever. And they storm off or go do their thing. But they're slightly better than they were before. And they'll know it and they'll feel it and they'll probably come back to you to talk about it again because you were the most helpful person on the topic. Or if they just want to stay depressed, then they'll avoid you. But either way, you're good because you don't want some depressed person who's just bemoaning the passing of someone nonstop, occupying your life. So either way, you win. Then you say something she says, oh, I miss him. And you say something like, yes, I know he was important to you. And I feel like all the best lessons he gave are still around, or I feel like all his best traits are still with us, right? It's not hard. You could be like, well, this detail is different, or I don't like this, but the overall vibe is you just find a way to say, yeah, I validate that, and maybe this part is a little more positive to look at. I don't know if that's enough. You want to go deeper. I feel like that's a simple, clear way to handle whatever someone says to you. They say something with this energy, you meet them at that energy and raise the vibe a little bit, just a little bit. And it might take some practice. I'm pretty good at it. You might not be, but it's cool. You'll get there.